Hello, this is Chris Bentson, and it's time for another Resource Minute. Today we look at case starts and how do you differentiate yourself in this very busy and complex world. If you want to get an idea of how many case starts are being done on the globe, it's a very hard number to find. I did find a Stifel analysis report that showed the following data. They claim in their research that there's just under 23 million total orthodontic case starts worldwide. Wow, what a big number. How many of those are in North America? This is the United States and Canada, about 30%, just underneath that number, with the balance coming from outside of North America. A couple things to mention. One is 10 years ago, about half the orthodontic cases were being done in North America, about half outside. The big growth in orthodontics has been as other nations adopt orthodontics at a faster pace. So outside of North America now we're growing faster than inside North America. If you look at the aligner space, this analysis showed that of the 6 million and change cases they thought were being done in North America, about 10% of those were with aligners. I think that number is actually a little bit larger. And internationally, about 7% of those 16 million cases are with aligners. If you look at the Align data as of the end of 24, they claim to have shipped a few more cases than are shown in this analysis, but directionally this is pretty accurate. So a lot of cases, and you're trying to think about, does this mean anything to my practice? Well, let's look at the middle practice in the road, and according to the data that we have, and it jives pretty closely with the biannual JCO practice study, the average practice in America that's independently owned is doing about 400 case starts a year. How do you look different when you're comparing that against the 22 million and change or the 6 million and change that are being done in North America? It's very hard. So the question is, how do you differentiate yourself? And that's the question I want you to be thinking about as you think about your practice, your marketing, your messaging. Because there's different ways to skin the cat. We've seen in our experience that you can be the insurance-driven practice, you can be the aligner-centric practice, you can be the digital practice, you can be the low-cost to get in practice. There's a lot of ways to do this, but you need to decide what your way is to differentiate yourself in this very noisy world and then message that stronger to your drawing area in order to grow. That's the Resource Minute we thought you'd want to know.